give it a couple of minutes to see if anybody joins me. If not, I'm not going to cry about it. Anyway, I'm Mike the Fisherman. This is Fisherman's Blues. This is where I talk about my favourite club, Ipswich Town. I'm not in a top tonight. I'm not in a Ipswich top tonight. I'm normally wearing my pink one, but tonight I've just been to see my brother. So last time on live, I had a call from a sister at the end, had to come off the live. My brother unfortunately ended up in Ipswich Hospital with pneumonia on the lungs and running a high temperature and struggling to get oxygen into his system. It's been a stressful few days, I'm not going to lie. And so anyway, I've just come back from seeing him. He is bright, he is perky, and he looks like he's on the mend. So I want to start by saying a massive thank you to all the kind messages and love and support from other podcasts, Callie, Rich, and a few of the kind Talking Town members that have contacted me, old and new, shall we say. So look, a massive thank you. But yeah, he is in good spirits tonight, and I am feeling a lot better about it. So, but yeah, it is difficult. For those who don't know, my brother does have Huntington's disease, and it's not nice. It is a brutal disease, and we have to, as a family, deal with it. Anyway, like I said, massive thank you and love to everyone. If you've just joined me, like, subscribe, share the videos, get people to look at them, watch them, join in the chat. I've got 2 people watching live at the moment. Please join the chat if you wish. I've got 3 now, 3 jumped on. So anyway, after the my brother update, let's get into last night's game. Watford 0, Ipswich Town 2. Ipswich lined up with Walton in goal. Excuse me. Greaves left back. Davis is carrying a knock, so Greaves steps in there. Kipper O'Shea, Furlong with Mattisey were Neil and Gelly. Nunes in the 10. Clark on the left side forward, and Azon in the 9. Hello, Harikish Krishna. Okay, thank you. So yes, it is. That's how we lined up, and obviously, look, we come out of the blocks. We looked quite good, for the first 20 minutes, it wasn't exciting. It was controlled. It was like, I don't know. It was a bit nerves, I think, from watching the from what I could see and watch, and you know, there weren't really much goalmouth action. There was a few opportunities, but nothing really to write home about. We get the free kick. Nunes steps up, hits the top of the wall, ricochets out, and on the half volley, Gelly hits it in, keeper no chance, Town 1-0, and I thought at that moment in time we were worthy of the goal. I will say that, you know, we got a bit fortunate with the deflection, but what I will say is it was nice to see. You know, Gelly get on the score sheet. He's lacking a bit of confidence. Did I think he had a good game? Not particularly. And I think he could learn a lot from Burnsy. He's a you know, Burns can show him really what you can do on that right hand side if you're willing to burn down and pace and, so look, he's a young lad, he'll learn and hopefully he'll get better. Nunes, what a difference he made in the 10 last night. Look, I like Mehmeti, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he is on the same level as Nunes. Nunes last night made everything tick. Just looked good. We looked dangerous at times without really hurting Watford, what I call, O'Neill, I thought Neil had a good game. There was some moments he kept giving the ball away, which I was like, fuck's sake, do we really need to, we've got another midfielder doing that? No. So, it was a good first half, go in, 1-0. And we come out, and Watford, obviously, for the first 10 minutes, they gave it a go, didn't they? I think their manager said that they were too nice. They didn't get into us. They weren't aggressive enough with us. And I have to agree with them. To be fair, I think he was. Watford wasn't particularly aggressive with the way that we played, and But either way, we make the subs. Hirst comes on. And Azon goes off. Caduce comes on. I'm trying to think who else came on as well. Mehmeti came on for Nunes. And then obviously goes out to the left-hand side. Ball comes across. And there's Hirst on the spot. Belly in. Knocks it into the back of the net. And he gets his goal. Look, his chest or belly did the work, and it was in the back of the net. Look, I'm pleased for him. He's had some stick off me and other fans, and look, some of it I would argue well justified. But look, he's got a goal last night, and we go 2-0 up, and I think we're coasting at that point. And then it's Furlong, and he grabs the player, brings him down, penalty to Watford, and you're thinking, oh, shit. You just, bit of, oh my God, come on. Let's not do this to us. So Ince goes down in the box. I'm sure he was looking for an Oscar. Was it a pen? Yes. But I don't think he needed to go down the way he did. In steps up. Walton's in goal. Standing there, waiting. Dives down to his left. Saves a really good penalty from Ince. And the score stays 2-0. And I think, all in all, it was a fair result. I thought we were good enough for the result, and it's now put us. I don't know. Actually, I think I can grab my other phone. Actually, I think Millwall won tonight. I haven't seen the scores because, like I said, I've only just come back from seeing my brother. But my God, there's some games in. It's a shame. Thought Galatasaray were going to go through. Yeah, so Millwall won 3-0 tonight, and Coventry won tonight. So that's put a bit. Look, I said Coventry going up. I'll stand by that. I've stood by that for quite some time. So Millwall won tonight. Coventry won tonight. So it is what it is. Dino, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. If you watch the beginning, mate, it gives you a bit of an update on what's happened with me, bro. Everything's looking pretty good on that front now. Thanks for your messages. I appreciate it. So, look, Town get an away win, okay, against a real, Watford are no mugs. They've had some good results. I thought at one point they might be challenging for top six. So I think, like I said, it's thing, but one swallow don't make a summer, and one win when we've been struggling, doesn't mean to say we're going to be challenging for for second place, because I think second place is the place that's up for grabs, if I'm brutally honest. But it's nice to get the win, and nice to get an away win. And I think when you look at what happened at Wrexham, it was very tough to watch. Some very poor Sunday league defending, some very questionable tactics, and I just felt, like I said, like a lot of fans did, very frustrated, very disappointed. And the reality is now we've got ourselves a nice away win. We've got 2 home games, Swansea and Hull, which I think both teams are very winnable. Well, Swansea is very winnable, and I think Hull is very winnable. We get 6 points there. I think maybe we can start to have a little bit more belief. But that's got to come from McKenna. It's got to come from the players that are picked out on the pitch. And I do believe that there's enough quality about us. And I think, like I said, with the money that we've spent, we should be challenging for the top 2. No 2 ways about it. Hasn't worked out. Some questionable choices this year, shall we say. And, like I said, people don't like it when I say McKenna was on thin ice with me, and I think Eva still is. I think it's promotion or bust. And I think when you've spent, I know we've sold players. I think we've sold £90 million worth of players, but we've spent £200 million. And I think when you spend that kind of level of money and you bring in the players that we've brought in for this season, and you don't get promoted, I think rightly so, you should be questioned about your role as the manager. And it got to a point, I think, against Wrexham. The last 2 games against Wrexham were like, the whole thing felt very stale. It's starting to get down to the point of, the fan base were very much split. Some fans were like, what the hell are you doing? You can't be getting rid of McKenna. And then there was other fans like myself, like at the time, very angry, very frustrated. It's time to get rid of him. I think, emotionally, you get caught up in it, and you get dragged into the negativity of it all. And you probably, like I do sometimes, a lot of the times, end up saying things maybe I believe at that moment in time, but then we get an away win or an away result or a result that sort of thinks, there's something there. I think the biggest problem this season has been consistency. We haven't been consistent enough, and we haven't we haven't looked particularly brilliant as a team. So look, it was nice to get a win result. A win result. It was nice to get a win. And it was a good result. And I did think that we played reasonably well. I thought it was a professional performance. Some players were a little bit average still, I'm not going to lie. I thought O'Shea was okay. I thought Greaves had a good game. Nunes, for me, man of the match, 100%. My God, do we miss him. He's got to start every game, Nunes. And then you can utilise Mehmeti. When the team is tiring, you can bring on Mehmeti and play him in that 10 role. I'm not convinced about Gelly out on that right-hand side. I think realistically you've got Burns and McAteer out on that right-hand side, and I don't know where Gelly fits. I really don't. I don't know where he fits into McKenna's team. I'm not going to lie, I'd give him a go in the 9. I don't think it could be much different between that and what we've seen. I think he knows where the goal is. He can hit the target, that's for certain. But it is a case of, where does he fit into this team? Because I struggle to see it. He's definitely not that right forward. You've got Philogene and Clark on that left-hand side, Burns and McAteer on that right-hand side. And, he's a tall lad. He's got quick feet, so maybe playing him at 9 wouldn't be a bad shout. However, people will differ. People say not a chance. I'm talking bobbins, rubbish and all that. I don't care. It's my opinion and I'm sticking to it. Let's hope we get a result on Saturday against the Swans, and we can just keep putting pressure on Middlesbrough. I think they're the team to catch. Middlesbrough are the team to catch. And if we catch them when we go up, great. We'll have another £100 million plus to spend, in which case I hope we get our recruitment right. And that's the key here, isn't it? Because I don't think the recruitment's been particularly great, but we're currently sitting 4th in the league. Millwall's gone above us, and we've still got 2 games in hand. But I want them. Hey, EJ, how you doing, bud? I'm very well, my man. I'm a lot better tonight, mate. I am very happy tonight. A lot more relaxed. My brother looks like he's on the mend when everything was looking very much against it. So I'm well happy about that. And saw him tonight, hence why I've come back. I thought come back, do a live, and speak to you guys. Anyway, I'm not going to go on for too long tonight. I think it's I think we can all have a nice evening tonight after last night's win, and we can have a little bit of reflection, and hopefully we can get another result at the weekend. Prediction. Am I going to give a prediction for Swansea? I'm going to go. I think Town. I've said this season, right? At some point, we are going to suddenly click, and we are suddenly, as much as we capitulated against Wrexham, I think at some point we are going to click, and we're going to give a team a bit of a thumping. Genuinely believe that. I might be wrong, but I think we're going to give a team a bit of a thumping, and people around us, teams around us, are going to think, shit, Ipswich have hit a bit of form. I mean a proper thumping. That's 5 or 6-0, 6-0 or something like that. Will it be Swansea? No idea. Will it be Hull? I'd quite happily do that to Hull. But at some point, I do believe we are going to put 5 or 6 past the team and make teams in that league around us take notice of what we've done. And, doesn't mean say we're looking at automatic promotion. Just felt there's something about this team that's got the potential to really, really destroy a team's morale by thumping them. But we haven't done it yet. If we do it this season, who knows? But anyway, that's me done. That's my evening of talking about last night's game. And obviously giving you lovely people there an update on my brother. If you didn't know, from the beginning, I let everybody know at the start of the video, my brother is doing so much better. So again, it just leaves me to say thank you for all the kind messages from all the different podcasts, people, and all the Town fans that I know, friends, family. They've all sent kind messages. I honestly can't thank you enough. So love, respect. I'm Mike the Fisherman. This is Fisherman's Blues. And like, subscribe, hit that notification button. You'll always know when I'm on. If you want any time, join in the chat like a few people had tonight. It's not as busy tonight because I'm probably a lot calmer. But anyway, on to Saturday. And hopefully I'll do a live on Sunday and we'll be like I am tonight, calm, reflective, and happy. Anyway, all the best, lots of love. Till next time, take care.